Hi, everybody. This is Mat Daley. Mat Daley works for KAM Project Consultants. And as everybody knows, Harper Harrison and KAM have a really strong partnership, and we've been continuing to support KAM's growth through the recruitment of quantity surveyors, cost managers, and project managers. And rather than me tell everybody how good KAM is to work for, I thought no better sort of person to give an insight into life at KAM than Mat Daley, who I think, Matt, you were the first person we ever placed there back in 2017. So thanks for coming on.
No worries.
I guess my first question, Matt, is what do you do for KAM, and where do you do it?
Yeah, so my title is I'm a senior associate, and I work out of the Leicester office. So I've worked with a team of probably got about 6 that we work across different kind of clients and projects. So I tend to lead most of the projects I'm on. Got account leads that I do, so I lead for certain clients we've got. Also get involved with things such as like the RICS training and mentoring and line management really as well. So yeah, quite a wide range of stuff. Nice,
excellent. And also, can you just describe sort of what you were doing directly before KAM and where you came from before joining back in 2016?
Yeah, I worked for a consultancy called Turner & Townsend, obviously quite well-known global company. I was working in the power sector, so we're on power stations. So I was there as a senior QS, working in a team of about 5, seconded out onto a site. Yeah, okay, excellent. And can you then just describe at what point you came into the business at KAM, what sort of level, and what your journey has been like in terms of progression and development, if that's okay? Yeah, so when I first went in for an interview with KAM, they only had the Milton Keynes office, so they were still in the process of the degree to move to Leicester, open a second office up in the UK, but they were still actually looking for an office location in the city, or outside the city actually in the end. But so I went for the interview. There was 2 existing colleagues who were going to go and open the office, and I kind of went down, had the interview, and yeah, took a bit of a punt on it really, to be honest.
So no office at all signed up to, no?
No, so my interview, funny enough, was in the reception of the hotel, which was around the corner, not too far from where our office is now, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we had a bit of a strange one where I had a coffee. I actually had 2 interviews. So yeah, it was in a hotel reception, but to be fair, what was put across to me, the idea and it was just more of a gut feel. It felt like it was something that was going to be quite special, and like it was going places, and I just had to kind of trust my instinct and trust what I was being told, really.
Yeah, excellent. So just had you had any industrial experience in the past at all in terms of like sheds or logistics?
No, so my experience up until that point, I'd probably done more working on contractor side and before Turner & Townsend, and then I went to Turner & Townsend working consultancy, but no, it was no industrial. It was more infrastructure and like buildings, like residential, things like that. So yeah, no industrial experience, but that hasn't really held me back, to be honest.
That's good. And just being honest, when we talk to prospective candidates about the industrial sector, I mean, we all know how much that's grown over the last sort of few years, in particular through the pandemic, I guess. We sometimes get a little bit of pushback. I mean, look, industrial, there's a building behind you on the wall, so yes. I guess sometimes they're not the most aesthetically pleasing in some people's eyes, maybe not the sexiest projects to work on. What can you say from somebody though on the ground day in, day out, and the challenges and the reward, the rewarded nature of working on industrial projects, Matt? What can you say about that?
Yes, we've got quite a wide range of projects and clients, to be honest. So we've got we do some small jobs like could be last mile kind of units, which quite often be on a brownfield site, but even those smaller jobs quite often got demolition, remediation, quite complex in getting logistics into that site. But we also do some large scale multi-unit schemes, which it's not just doing an industrial unit. You quite often get involved with like highways, utilities. I mean, I've worked on some highways jobs, the HE being involved, that are in excess of 20 million. So you've got some decent contracts in there, very mixed up. And then again, the units themselves some of them are fairly straightforward and just a shell with a bit of an office in and handed over to someone else to fit out. But quite often we get involved with the fit outs. Personally, I've worked on jobs that involve JD Sports, Amazon, Hermes, clients like that, and they can become quite complex projects in themselves. So you've obviously got like the Amazon schemes and whatnot. There's various conveyor belts and all sorts of systems in there, but also the offices are quite complex as well. You've got like full-on canteens that are serving hot foods with kitchens and like all kind of a standard office fit out that you get in an office job as well. So it's not as probably as basic as what people would expect. And also on the large scale jobs, you've got all the complexities in the ground that you get with any project really as well. So some quite complex engineering solutions as well.
Okay, no, that's interesting. It's also important to add, I think, that KAM aren't exactly wedded to the industrial sector. Yes, it is a specialism, but there are other projects within the business, and there's certainly not a closed mind to other projects and sectors within the business, is there?
No, we've got out of the Manchester office particularly as well, we've got quite a lot of capabilities in the hotel. So we're doing quite a lot of projects in the hotels. We've got residential, so we've got people in Milton Keynes who do the residential.
Yeah.
And we're open to other projects. We've done airports and things like that as well. So it's not all industrial. You've got opportunities to get involved with things as well. So
yeah, no, that's good. That's good. And also, from somebody coming from a larger corporate business, Turner and Townsend, into an SME that literally didn't have an office in the location you were joining, which is a really cool thing. How does it differ from working from one of the larger in the sector to an SME?
I think the main difference for me was probably one of the main reasons I left Turner and Townsend was I just felt like I was a bit of a number in a large organisation. I felt that even if I was putting hard work in, I was kind of isolated, particularly because I wasn't working in an office. I was seconded out onto a site. You kind of just left and kind of out of sight, out of mind. Where coming into KAM, I've been, ever since day one, I've been sat around people who kind of make the key decisions in the business. So if you're working hard and doing a good job, you're kind of working with the people who can really have a input into kind of how you progress through the business as well. So it's quite easy to get noticed. So I think the opportunities through that are massive and really benefited my career, to be honest.
That's good. That's good to hear. So what's the next sort of 2 years look like for you, mate?
Personally, I'd like to target to get to the next level to be a director. That's kind of, and I think the support is there. We're kind of paving the way for that. I feel that I've got a good opportunity to do it, and that it's exciting really. That I don't think I'd have got this elsewhere. I think that the support that I've had to develop, and also just the opportunity. So if I've shown I'm capable of doing things, you just get let to do it and kind of get let loose to do what you want and grow your own team. And now I'm involved in all sorts of different types of things in the business as well. So
nice. So overall, would you say to anyone that sort of takes a bit of time out to listen to this sort of exchange and conversation, a good career decision from you?
Oh, massively, yeah. I didn't really expect to get to where I have at the minute. So yeah, even though it was started out with an interview in a hotel reception, it's panned out quite well, and I'm glad I trusted my instincts. Yeah,
excellent. Okay, Matt, thank you for joining today. And to anybody who is interested, I'm sure Matt will, if anyone wants to reach out to Matt directly, I'm sure he will give you a bit more insight, or myself, or any of the Harper Harrison team. But Matt, thank you very much for joining and giving us some valuable insight into life at KAM. Thanks very much.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Thank you.